남자라고 꾹 참던 나 하고 싶었던 말 못하고 뜨거웠던 그 여름처럼 안녕 친구라는 이름 어느새 미워진 이름 감추던 감정은 지금도 아픈 비밀의 기억일 뿐 우리 사이인 정리할 수 없는 사진 보면 가슴 아린 story I'm sorry 여름아 이젠 goodbye yeah, yeah. 이 소년이고 싶어 나 Forever we are young 나리는 꽃잎이 사이로 헤매어 달린 내 미래 Forever we are young 넘어져 다치고 아파도 끝없이 달린 내 꿈을 향해 Forever ever 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 꿈 희망 전진 전진 Forever ever ever we are young
Guys, it's Hillary and I'm finally back with another video. I apologize for an unexpected hiatus. Apparently I had to, break from making videos for you guys for a little while, but now I'm finally back, and as promised, we're going to do a fall room decor DIY. How cool is that? I hope you guys are excited. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to work with is the XO logo, of course. I decided to do the exact logo, and or you can call it the Exodus logo, but it's not like the diamond in the middle. So I had these pack of craft sticks, and I had the paint from earlier, and I also had a hot glue gun that will be helping me to make this DIY. I also have some foam brushes as well, and in order to prevent from like my surface from getting dirty, I had like this layout sheet where I can like paint, and then without having to worry that I'll get paint on my white table, which I kind of did, if you guys can see on like the top right corner. And I decided to use 11 craft sticks for this, or popsicle sticks, however you like to call it, and I'm going to lay out the paper. Alright. And then after that is finished, I'm going to take some of the melted butter color. That's what it was called on the paint tube, and I was like, okay, I'll just choose this color then. It sounds kind of weird, but like melted butter, it sounds calming, it sounds weird, but yeah. So I'm going to paint all of the 11 popsicle sticks with the paint, and I'm gonna speed through this like violent painting. Painting is supposed to be calm and peaceful, but like with me and DIYs it's like so violent, especially with like fast forwarding this. So yeah, after you're done, afterwards I went to paint like the rest of the quarter actually of the popsicle sticks, but since it wasn't dry just yet. And since popsicle sticks, I personally feel that they dry really quickly. If you put on a very thin layer, the paint is more visible. And yes, so after you're done, I'm just going to basically lay out how I want to make the logo to make sure that none of the sides are too lopsided, or making sure that everything is even. And then I forgot to paint an extra popsicle stick, or I painted 10 and then I dropped one of them, and then I realized, oh, I'm screwed. I lost one of the popsicle sticks. How great is that? And so after I already painted another popsicle stick, I'm going to use my hot glue gun to attach all the sides together. I personally recommend a hot glue gun because everything stays together and it's more durable compared to, regular craft glue. But you guys could experiment with craft glue. But if you have a hot glue gun, I really recommend using a hot glue gun. So after I did the border of the hexagon, I'm going to do a slash between the hexagon and then another slash. So basically an X between the middle of the hexagon to make the logo. And be extremely careful if you're using hot glue gun, because I burnt myself like 3 times already. And then after that, I'm going to do another popsicle stick between that diamond right there on the left. Okay, and there you have your XO logo. So the second DIY we have here, we're going to work with the BTS paper mache letters. I had this paint here that I bought at a craft store, and apparently it said it was glow in the dark, but the result wasn't quite as satisfying. And I have some foam brushes. Continuing on with my rant with the paint, it said that it was glow in the dark, but I guess I didn't put on too many layers, and I have these paper mache letters that came up to $2 for each at a local craft store. I'm pretty sure that you guys can find this anywhere from like Michael's and probably Walmart. Not exactly sure. You guys might have to, you know, do a little bit of experimenting to find the paper mache letters. The paper mache letters, because it had like a 3D effect to it, and I like that. And I'm going to lay out the sheet of paper so that I don't get any paint anywhere besides on that surface canvas. And I'm going to use my foam brush to paint the letter. As you can see, I only did about 2 coats, and apparently even after through 2 coats, like it was glow in the dark, but it wasn't visible within the camera when I turned the lights off, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is somewhat glow in the dark. You guys can use any different color if you'd like. Orange, I use orange because it reminds me a lot of fall and autumn, you know, the changing of leaf colors, or the colors of leaves, you know, changing. I ended up doing 2 coats, and that wasn't enough. I ended up doing 2 coats, and that still wasn't enough to make the, you know, letters be visible in glow in the dark when I was filming this, which was kind of unfortunate. Which was kind of unfortunate. And I'm going to go on and paint the letter S with the foam brush and the paint. Voila! Done, you're going to let your letters dry. Okay, so we're gonna go on with the third DIY with the we're gonna work on the third DIY now with the flower in the vase. I have this picture of V, and I have some flowers that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I actually turned them into pens, which I think was, you know, very convenient because I had to use pens for assignments at home, and I thought, well, I can transform this into somewhat hopefully decent DIY, and they actually became pens. These are completely optional. You don't have to turn your flowers into pens, but I did this because I had some, you know, little spare time in my hand, and yeah, a little cute reminder to myself that I'm K-pop trash. Okay, so I had this empty mason jar that I had laying around in my room that I wasn't really using, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna put my flower pens in here. I have some twine, but you guys can also use ribbon to wrap around, you know, the neck of the mason jar. And also I have a pen. I have a pen. I have an apple. Oh, apple pen. I found the chance and I took the chance. Okay, so I had some floral tape, which is kind of a little bit disorganized because I actually did this DIY in another video that I never uploaded. So I had to undo the flower and then redo the flower again. So you're going to line the pen with your flower, and then you're going to use a floral tape to wrap around the pen and the flower. Apple pen, pineapple pen. Oh, pen, pineapple, apple pen. That song has been stuck in my head lately, and in the process of editing this video, I was just listening to that constantly on repeat. It's not my fault, it's catchy. Okay, so I ended up doing 5 flower pens, and yeah, so I'm going to put these in the vase after, or you can call them a mason jar. You can technically call it a vase, but yeah, that's up to you. Yes, so I have these 5 flower thingies here. Okay, so now I'm going to take the mason jar, and I have my flower pens that I'll be setting aside later on at the end to finish up this DIY. I also have a picture of Taehyung or V. You guys can use a group photo, or you can use a different picture of your bias. V has been my, like, J-Hope is my bias of BTS, but he's like the second on my bias list of BTS. So I'm using this twine here to wrap around the neck of the mason jar. You guys can use ribbon, probably orange or any color that reminds you of fall. I did this because I thought it was very Tumblr. And then so after you're done, you're going to put your pens, flower pens, into the face. And then just adjust it as to your liking, and then just place this anywhere in your room and you're done. Let's move on to the next DIY, which will be the garland gift tag sort of thing. So I have a pair of scissors and I have these gift tags that I bought in a set. They were about, I think, $2 at a craft store, and they came with a chevron print, polka dots, and just a plain orange. I thought orange always reminds you of fall, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pick up orange for this DIY. So these pictures here, I didn't necessarily print them. They were from an old scrapbook that I managed to retrieve, and so I'm basically trimming them to the size of the gift tag so that they fit afterwards. You guys again can use any group or any biases that you have from your favorites in K-pop likings. And so yeah, I decided to do XO because I had like a lot of printouts of them in my old scrapbook. After you're done, you're going to use your glue stick to glue down the pictures of the members onto the gift tags. Shigumi is love. Shigumi is life. So is Kai. Kai is amazing. Yes. And after you're done, I'm just gonna fast forward over this. You guys probably get it by now that I'm, gluing this on Sehun. That's my ultimate bias. Sehun's my ultimate bias, you guys have discovered that within my videos. And I have all the gift tags right here. They're all done and finished and prepared and cute and orange and fall and autumny. Okay, so all your tags prepared. I decided to make another loop for the tag right here. I'm tying basically a knot, or you can either take out the ribbon you can take out the ribbon as well. If yours did not come with a ribbon, then you can just basically slide the twine or whatever piece that's holding up your garland afterwards. But I decided to do a loop, and then I'm going to use the twine to hold up my gift tags. Okay, so I decided to put my beautiful master creation up under my window, and it has 2 thumbtacks and a ball of twine. The thumbtack on one side of the wall and then on the second side of the wall, and then after I'm using the twine and I'm tying it onto the thumbtack, and then I outstretched it to the end and then I tie it on there as well. That's towards the end, because after I'm going to take my gift tags and I'm going to loop them onto the twine. Again, use any sort of string that you have to hold up the pictures. I had like a lot of twine, so I thought, okay, I'm going to use twine instead. And you can just adjust the pictures to your liking in any order you'd like, any pattern sort of scheme you'd like to go, and then you are done. Now let's move on to the very last DIY. So I did this sort of collage thing on Google Docs. I put 4 photos onto one page of Shonyu, Taehyung, and Sehun. And I also had these pinches from Tumblr or transparent GIFs. No, not true. And some Tumblr transparents, and then I decided to, put them onto one page and to make the collage pop out more. And then I also had this 8x10 frame that I bought at Walmart. It was about $3.99, so $4 about to estimate. And I did a white border, and because I just like the color. It's very, it matches my bedroom theme. I took the paper, the default page, out of the frame, and then after, as you can see here, the original A4 paper was actually an 8x11 point something, so I had to, play around and adjust the collage by folding the sides, and luckily I didn't really take away too much from the pictures. So just be aware when you're buying a frame, you might want to buy a bigger one and maybe do another larger piece of paper. After I folded the sides down, I used a piece of tape to keep the sides down when I put the collage into the frame. Yep, and then so afterwards I'm going to take my handy dandy pair of scissors to cut out the transparents. I so happen to use these transparents because it reminded me a lot of fall and autumn and like the orange colors. I honestly love fall because of like, you know, the leaves changing and then like the great pop in vivid colors. Yep, and then I'm going to just play around with the transparents and I'm just gonna glue them down afterwards. I did the Starbucks one because, you know, pumpkin spice lattes. I'm trash for pumpkin spice lattes. And cute Korean dudes. Okay, so after you're done, you're going to slide into the DMs. No, you're gonna slide your frame, well, your collage into the frame, and you're going to close your frame, and then yeah. And now you shall be satisfied. Just play around with it until you're happy. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. We're gonna wrap up this video. Thank you again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, till next time, bye!